Good morning, and once again, welcome to this first day of spring. This week, when we mark the change of seasons, we celebrate
Wrong
more
camera.
technical issues. We celebrate spring and the new hope that it brings. One only has to look around in God's garden to see the new signs of life coming out of our earth, or to listen and hear the robins and other cheery chirpers while sitting in our backyards. It's a time of transformation and change, moving from the colder to the warmer weather, and more hours of light during the day. There is so much to be thankful for. We're also celebrating that vaccines are more and more people are receiving them as the rollout for the inoculations continues right here in our area. And this week, clergy visiting in hospitals are also to receive their vaccinations. I will receive mine next Thursday. Although we still need to be careful and follow the guidelines set out by the experts, there is hope of a more normal life in the near future. Church, we love, and I'm saying we, Jan and I, love to receive your calls. We love hearing the church bells ring on my phone and the ducks quacking on Jan's phone, because it means that somebody wants to connect. And that's exciting for us. It could be Gary asking if there is anyone who needs some help. Or it's Sam calling to see how Jan and I are. We love your calls, Sam. It could be Jane or Gail calling for practical information or support. Others call for prayer or to clarify information so that they can send someone else a card. And still others have a grocery list of things to be picked up. Church, we have good, reliable people who are willing to help out where they can. And so we thank you for trusting us to know that we are here and more than willing to do whatever we can for you. And some more good news. It's official. Warren has retired. We've got 3 others who are preparing to make moves, so there'll be more news on that in the weeks to come. I just wanted to point out to you that it is difficult at the best of times to know who is in hospital. This year it's been exceptionally difficult. As clergy, I've only been allowed to visit rarely for people that are in palliative care. And I have not been able to check our lists that the hospital put out for us so that we can see all of those that have designated themselves as Presbyterian, and so that we know that they are in hospital. The best way, and really the most effective way for us to know, is if you give us a call or one of your friends gives us a call. So we have had Noha in hospital again this past week, and she is now, after surgery, recovering at home. Noha is one of our senior refugees who arrived in Oakville in 2019. The Knox knitters invited her to join them on Wednesday mornings, and it turned out to be an amazing time of sharing cultures, food, and learning each other's languages. We've all come out with a few Arabic phrases, and Noha has just leaped ahead in her knowledge of English. So we ask you to continue your prayers for her this week. We have 2 others that we are aware of that are in hospital, and that is Jim and Jane. Let me see. I'm just going to leave you with this. There is a Jewish proverb, and it goes like this. Before every person, there marches an angel proclaiming, "Behold, the image of God." Dear friends, we have all been made in the image of God. Luke tells us that we are to love God with all of our hearts, with all of our souls, with all of our strength, and with all of our mind, and that we are to love our neighbors as ourselves. You are made in the image of God. And for those of you on Facebook, one of our former Knox young people, Angela, has been an amazing example to all of us. She has been sharing this with us all this past week. We are to love ourselves because we are made in the image of God. And we are to love each other because we are all made in the image of God. Our reverence for God is shown in our reverence for others. Our love for our neighbor, our caring for our neighbor mirrors and reveals our love for God. God bless and keep you in his care. Big, huge, cozy air hugs. One of these days, we'll trade those in for real hugs. But in the meantime, big air hugs, and thank you.